Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, the day-to-day grind. Well, we're doing planetary exploration, and boy, this thing is parked right next to that canyon. Sis left. You can see we're right here. So we'll probably try right here. Sis alternate. Sis alternate.
Cannot comply.
Sis landing.
Landing gear retracted.
That makes a difference.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Again, thank you for coming along on our planetary exploration adventures. Be sure to look to the bottom right and press that subscribe button. It'll help me out with YouTube. You get notified when I produce more videos, and it doesn't cost you anything. Underneath the video, in the description at the bottom of that, you'll see ways to donate. Please consider donating.
Orbital flight engaged.
We have a glide. Do look around. It's a little hotter. We need to watch that temperature. It's pretty warm. So we'll have to be careful trying to get back into Super Cruise when we leave. It's not, the temperature's not rising as we get closer to the surface. Sis landing.
Landing gear deployed.
Sis alternate. Well, I have to watch the temperature. Because I certainly don't want to get ourselves in trouble. Well, it can be rough. Sis alternate. Sis alternate. Looks a little calmer over here. Sis alternate. Sis alternate. See if we can find a spot. There's a spot. Sis down. Now that's kind of strange. Is it too hot?
Low gravity warning.
Well, that's kind of weird. Boy, that's strange. Like we're way away from the ship, too. Yeah, well, I guess we got away from the ship. Now that was strange. I don't know what to think about that. We must have been over 7,500 kilometers away from the ship because it took off.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Well, that was strange. I don't know what to think about that. Is this dark? I mean, it doesn't seem too hot. Well, on April the 30th, the snapshot for Beta 2 fleet carriers was taken. My guess is we were between about 9.9 and 10.0, somewhere in there, billion. So we should have plenty of funds for Beta 2. This is kind of a strange place. It's like when we dropped from the ship, then we wound up being over 7,500 kilometers away from it. So that was really strange. I hope we have better luck getting back on the ship. Now, what we can do at worst case, we exit the game completely, and we only load up Elite Dangerous, not Horizons. That would put us in the ship in orbit. So that's what we would do if we have trouble getting docked to the ship. But I do thank you for coming along. We wanted to do several planets just because it is 113,000 light seconds away from the star that we come in on here in Sothis. Like we got another one. They're right there. But that's what we do. We go check things out. Good or, well, kind of good or bad. It can't be too bad, or it's not worth the risk for me. So far, it's just been materials. Oh, we might. I think I see something. Yeah, there's some upper level stuff. Barely flashing, but it's flashing. There might be some stinger skimmers over here. That would be pretty cool. Get to work on our combat rating. But this is a strange place. tell coming in and unloading from the ship that it was pretty strange. Now the signals are not staying up there very long. So we'll go check it out and see what it's all about. And see, this raw material's kind of covering up the upper levels, because it'll do that. Either we get past the raw materials or we go ahead and collect them, and then that signal will come back. See, the signal is behind the raw material. I just think it odd that the signal fades. And maybe they do that, and we just don't notice it as much at some of the other places. Getting closer. I don't see a trespass zone yet. And we keep getting closer. With no trespass zone. It's usually like a crashed satellite that you can scan. It's got one of those ports, encoded port. Yep, it's a crash ship. Yep, and there is a occupied escape pod. But again, I play solo only, and so that's an NPC. It's a computer generated escape pod. Yeah, but there is some material. That's pretty interesting. I like starting out toward a planetary object, because a lot of times we can, when the sensor gets populated, it can show upper level stuff. I know that's strange, but it's the way they programmed it in, I guess. But we'll do a circle around when the sensor gets populated more. We did relog. We went back to the menu and came back. which gives us a new scene so we don't go chasing after the same upper level blips. It'll all be new. But for planetary exploration, it's really hard to beat Dav's Hope. And then just at Jameson crash site, really it's just the uncoded material scanning the Jameson crash. But for all around, or really for manufactured material, raw material, and bounty hunting, Dav's Hope is really nice. Nice place to go. But so far, it's really just material in that one crashed ship. Just checking out our time.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Phosphorus and sulfur is what we use for fuel. And we were told after Beta 1 that the upkeep cost of the fleet carrier would be 85.5% less than it was during the Beta 1. So where my upkeep on my fleet carrier was 127 million a week, it'll drop to about 18.5 million a week. Which is much better. And the activation costs would drop between 35 and 45%. Tritium fuel will go over twice as far on the same amount of tritium. The ramp-up period will go from an hour down to 15 minutes. Cooldown will go from an hour down to 5 minutes. And they're going to add universal cartographics to the fleet carrier. Now, if they would just put material traders on the fleet carrier, that would even be better. and where if you were in debt for over 4 weeks, they would decommission your fleet carrier. Now it's over 10 weeks. And after this video, we'll probably go to another one of these planets. Do several of them. Well, this is our second one, so that would be a third one. So we might even do up to 5 of them. We'll see. It's always based on the mood that I'm in. I need to find or just go asteroid mining, because I need to do more of that. Because for Selene Jean, I need over 500 tons to be mined before I can get an invitation. And the new era that Elite Dangerous, or Frontier, was talking about has been postponed. They initially said it would happen in December of 2020, and now they're saying that it'll be the first part of 2021. And what we came to know, that it was probably going to be space legs and planetary personal bases, and being able to land on planets with atmospheres. That's what we expect that's going to be delayed. Now, the fleet carrier is supposed to have, the beta supposed to have been starting in November 2019, and it was postponed till April 2020. So it's pretty common for Frontier to delay the release of that new content. Yeah, I think I'm probably about ready to end this one. Sis, ship. Sis, ship.
Ship recalled.
So I have to see where she goes, because I'm not really sure where she'll go.
Cargo scoop retracted.
She's a kilometer away. Hopefully no weird stuff happens like it did when we were unloading. Made up over half the distance. Sis down. So far, nothing strange. 19% heat, so that's better. Well, I appreciate you coming along, and let's see where we'll go next. Sis left. Probably go right there on our next travel. So be sure to press that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner of your video and underneath the video in the description. Be sure to consider donating to our channel. And underneath the video to the left, you'll see our YouTube channel page at GFM_RDG, where you'll find over 615 more videos to watch. So I do appreciate you coming along, and be sure to catch our next video. Until then, thank you for watching.